Perfect. Thanks for checking my camera, Andy. That's my instructor. Gives me a little puff of dust on the ground. We got a feeling for the wind coming from. You can see my glider shifting a little bit, but I feel confident. I'm about to try what we call a flat slope launch, controlling the glider through a long extended run. And we're off. Pretty clean launch. Kept my hands where I wanted them to be, and I got from upright to prone position once I got away from the hill. At this point, the plan was to attempt to fly along the front face of this hill, looking for any lift, any thermal activity that can keep me up in the air. I was saying before this, most people were not getting very high up, so I knew it would be a bit of a challenge, so my backup plan was, if I didn't find much, to head out immediately to another location called the 750, which you can see straight ahead over my left shoulder there, that little patch. This gives you a feeling of just how relaxing and smooth and slow the flight was. It's a very comfortable day. You can see paragliders floating through the air. There were some other hang gliders out there. Now I've cut to the end of the flight, the landing. You can see I've been scoping out the site. I get myself into a really tight, compact, upright position of my body moving together as a unit. This gives a little better control and a little more preparation for the landing before we get there. So this landing didn't go quite as planned. This is the first time I've ever landed here at Andy Jackson Airport, Air Park actually, and it was a little scary. I was doing my 360s down, as you see here, trying to get a sense for how quickly I was sinking and when I was at the right angle to attempt the rest of my landing. As I did my 360s, you won't be able to hear it in the audio, but my Vario, which is the device there on the right, gave me a sign that I was getting a lot of sink, a lot of descending air, and I was worried that I was going to actually come in too low on my landing. As we'll see, that was a slight miscalculation. So at this point, I decided, alright, I'm going to go for my downwind. I still could have had a chance here to extend my downwind and fly further away from my landing spot, but I turned early, intimidated by the hill there in front of me. So as I began my final approach, I realized I am way too high, can't pull in any harder in this position at the moment, so I transitioned to a harder diving position here, where I can really bury the bar to my hips. At this point, I dove as hard as I could, realized, wow, the ground is coming in fast. But I was able to level it off with all that speed and land nice and soft. And that was my flight at Marshall.